Hey everybody, this is Oh Hell No. I I am at the track. In fact, I have been walking now for the last 71 minutes. Been trying to get my steps in this morning and decided to sit down for a little bit and try to challenge Foodie and Salah to walk more than 10 minutes. To walk at a track and not at a mall inside. Walk somewhere where it's outside. I don't care if it's during the early morning. I don't care if it's late at night. Because I get that it's hot and humid. I live in Oklahoma. And it's October. And it's supposed to be 90 degrees today. And during the summer, it usually gets 100, 102 with 90%, 95% humidity. And so I get it. It's miserable. And I was a big girl at one time. I'm still a big girl. That is why I'm walking every day. I've been on a diet for the last 18 months. I do not want to end up like you, Chantel. Do not want to be at the threshold of being bedbound, living with a man, or living part-time with a man that does not love me, that I have to pay to stay with me, that I'm thousands of miles away from my family, people that actually love me. I don't want to do that. I want to act my age. I'm 51. And I have 2 great kids. I've been married for 23 years. In May, it'll be 24, of course. I have a college education. I've been to every state except for 2. And I've been overseas. So, you say that we haters are uneducated, untraveled. We're miserable people. We're not. Many of us haters are just like me. Get on YouTube to laugh, joke, watch people that we enjoy. And yes, a lot of the people that I enjoy are reactors. Because I can't watch you by myself. You are sad, miserable person. I mean, my gosh. I mean, even Salah is sad, miserable, and he's gotten worse over the 2 years that he's been with you. And he's never there. And if he truly loved you, or you guys were married, he would be there more often. You don't even eat together. You don't even eat a meal together. And that's pretty sad. You don't even hear stories of his family. I get they want to be private, but you don't have to tell us their names. You don't even, 2 years, all we've been hearing are the same old stories of you having sex with a homeless person on a rock, or the the three-way that you were supposed to have, that you walked in and they didn't want to be around you. Well, honestly, if I walked through that door and I know they had like awkward looks on their face when they saw you, if I saw that, I would have turned right back around and left. I mean, come on. You are trying to flex that 10 minutes on a treadmill is a big deal. It's not. It is not a big deal. It's a joke. You are trying to... You're like, you're going to say, it is a big deal because I'm a big woman. You know what? I've never been your size, but I have been over 200 pounds. I was over 200 pounds. In fact, December 21st, 2022. And the moment I realized that I was that fat, I think, yeah, I was over 200 pounds, yeah. I knew that moment that I had to do something. I had to change my life. I had to change my mental health. I had to change how I looked at food. I had to change everything. And I started walking miles at a time because I knew that was the only way that I could change my life. I did not make any excuses. I just did it. Yes, we all screw up. But that cheat meal that you had the other day was intentional and sad. You knew you weren't supposed to do that. You knew that you were going to get made fun of for doing that. And then you got on there and said that you're not the demure kind of woman. None of us are. None of us are. But we are respectful and loving when we need to be. We are motherly and girly when we need to be. But we know how to get things done as women. You don't. You do not. You back off of everything that you need to take care of in your life. You've lost friends, you've lost family, you've lost housing. You can't even get an apartment in Canada. Chantel, have you told Solo that if he wants to come to Canada, you have to have good credit? You have no credit. You can't even get an apartment. And the sad thing is, it's been 2 years, and he has not figured that out yet. He has not figured that out yet. But there has something... something has clicked in his head while you were gone to Bangkok. And there's something. Chantel, you know he's been cheating on you the whole time. If he's capable of doing that, the woof woof situation, he's capable of doing it the whole 2 years. So, come on, girl. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to buck up, pull up your grandma panties, and do what's right. I have been trying to challenge you for 4 days on my community page to do what I do. Look, I come here every day when I can. And I walk this every day. I walk the track. I listen to people talk about you. I listen to people talk about things that I'm interested in. There's other things to do while you walk instead of listening to music. You need to get on a podcast and learn some things. You need to learn about diabetes. You need to learn how to drop your numbers, to drop your sugars, on what to eat, how to eat it, when to eat it, what diabetes can do to you. But you know what? What you need to do, my best advice to you, is get mental health. Mental health. Because the only way you're going to get better is if you take care of your mental health first. You have been running scared from everything in your life. You're running away from family. You've been running away from paying the tax man. You've been running away from just life in general. You say that you're afraid of everything. The elevators. You're afraid of exercise. You're afraid of... I mean, my gosh. Next thing you know, you're afraid of picking your nose. Chantel, you are in a situation right now. You are thousands of miles away from people that love you. And you're sitting in a situation where no one gives a damn about you. You think if you dished out a few $1,000s, a man and his friends will pretend that they love you? Well, it's quite obvious. The guy's friends have run off because you're more than they can handle. The law has shown everyone what he's like and what kind of person he is. He has no moral compass. He has no moral compass. But neither do you. No, I am not slamming you or him for being Muslim. I'm not. I know several Muslims that are very good people, and I would probably trust them over some of my Christian friends that I grew up with, because they are good people. But anybody could lack a moral compass, no matter what religion you are. No matter what kind of person you are, you could be a bad person. And Chantel, that is why people don't like you. It's not because of your weight. That is like the last thing on the list. In fact, to tell you the truth, they don't give a shit if you're fat. They dig at you because of your weight, because they know it bothers you. But you start throwing shit out like you do with Yaba and her ex. Chantel, you have the exact same issues in your past. Not her. He still has the court date. He still has issues. Your old mod, when that came out, what he did, and he was in prison for it, you stood up for the man. You stood up for the man. You were supposedly Christian back then, and people were still mad at you and thought you were a horrible person back then, even as a Christian. Doesn't matter what religion you are, you can still be a bad person. Nobody gives a damn if you're Muslim, but they do give a damn that you talk bad about some of the Muslim ideas and faith. About the few months back, you talked, or even the last year, you talked about how some of the Muslims online were coming after you because they thought you were a horrible person or your ideas were wrong. They weren't coming after you. They were trying to help you learn your new religion, because it is hard learning a new religion. You're not even trying to learn your new religion. I'm going to give you a Chantel, in so long. I want you to get your ass up out of your apartment and walk at a track like this. I don't want you to go to a mall or anything inside. You need to walk. If you're going to challenge Yaba to walk 10 minutes a day on a treadmill, because you're doing it, go to my community page and see what I posted the last 4 days. I've walked 12,000+ steps a day. I want you to do that at least once. If you're incapable of doing that, okay. My next challenge, and if you don't want to do the walking, okay. My next challenge, instead of the walking, is I want you to go a month without the filters on your phone or on your computer. I want you to do streams and lives and videos without filters. Show your true self, Chantel. You have made your body look 10 feet tall. You've made grocery carts look 40 feet long. You have smoothed out your face. You've made Salah's face look like a moon, so pointed that it was cartoonish. Do a challenge. I would prefer, honestly, you to walk, but if you did the one without filters for a month, everybody would love it. You don't show your real self. You want people to cam up. Honestly, you don't cam up. Yes, there is a version of yourself on camera, but that's not the real you. You don't even know what the real you looks like. Cam up with no filters for a month. Do videos. Do mukbangs. Do your live streams with no filters. Nothing. Be yourself. You know, teenagers put filters on themselves. 20-year-olds put filters on. Not a 40-year-old. Yeah, maybe once in a while to get, send a picture to a guy that they think's good looking and they're trying to get, but they don't put filters on like you do. And Chantel, we all know that you hate women. You hate particularly women that are mothers. You are frightened of us. We are so capable of doing things in our lives and changing our own lives. You are so afraid of us because if you ever thought that you needed to be taken out, off of the internet or what have you, you are afraid that it's going to be a mother that does it, not a man. You think men are idiots. You see men as someone or something that you can manipulate to get what you want. But you're frightened of women, and particularly mothers. That is your biggest fear. It's not riding in elevators or exercise. It's you are afraid of women / mothers because you're just jealous of us because we're capable of doing so much more than what you can. We can take care of things quickly and right and on time. When you were in trouble as a kid, your mother sent you to the hospital. And that is the start of why you hate women / mothers, is because your mother took care of the problem and it was not the way that you wanted it to be taken care of. And from that moment on, you hated mothers. You saw mothers as a issue that you couldn't take care of. And you saw men as somebody or something that you could manipulate to get what you wanted in life. How's that working out for you? It hasn't, has it? You have not learned how to. You've not grown up. You've not learned how to take care of yourself. You've not learned how to be the strong woman that you need to be in your own life. And once you learn how to be that strong woman that takes care of situations in your life, like the bankruptcies, that your health issues. And we all know the list goes on and on of all the issues that you have that need to be taken care of. Once you learn to be a badass mother who can take care of her shit, once you're able to do that and take care of your shit, your life is going to change. Your life is going to change for the better. You don't need a man to take care of you. You don't need a man at all. If you ever played sports in your life, you would have learned the best saying in the whole world. Best advice: hard work pays off. Well, you have never put in the hard work. So hard work will never pay off for you because you haven't put any in. You are jealous of all of us that are mothers because we're doing it. We're living our lives the way that we want to, the way that you want to, because we can take care of shit. You're jealous because you haven't gotten to that point. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that have the mother mentality without having kids. I have an aunt that never had kids, never wanted to have kids, but she is one badass bitch. I look up to her as my second mother. She owns her own business. She took, the moment she moved out of my grandparents' house when she was 17 years old, she took charge of her life, went to college, graduated, took care of herself, took charge like a mother. And from that moment on, she knew what she had to do. You don't have that ability. You don't know what to do. You're scared to death of life. You want somebody, preferably a male, to point you in the right direction. Girl, that's pathetic. You know what? Here's my last challenge to you. Since you're most likely unwilling to not come to a track and walk 6 miles a day or do videos without filters, why don't you pull up those mother panties, buck it up, put in the hard work, and come back and change your life. Change your life for the better. The first step's going to be taking care of your mental health. Go inpatient. The moment you walk into inpatient and they start working on your mental health, they will also work on your physical health. And if you could take care of those at the same time, that's one bad bitch right there, taking care of yourself. And everybody would be impressed that you're taking care of yourself. But we know what you want is a fake love, a fake man in your life. You want somebody that you think is good looking. You want them to come in and out of your apartment once in a while, even though they've humiliated you already. 2 years. 2 years they've already humiliated you. That's what you want. That's what you believe you deserve. And that's why everybody thinks you're sad. You go after people. You go after women. You go after mothers. Tell them to go touch grass, take their kids to the park. But you know what? What we see is a woman that is incapable of taking care of herself and taking care of issues that you have. You have seen me now walk more than 10 minutes on the track walking, talking, telling you, you know, what I see, and challenging you to get better. But you know what? That's your life. There are so many people out there that, you know, they might not like you, but they give you great advice. We like you more than the 90% of the people in your chat. We don't, you know, people might give you a hard time about, you know, dying and stuff, because that's where we see your life ending in the next few years, because you're unwilling to take care of yourself and take care of the situation. But you know, every single reaction person has given you advice on how to get better and how not to end that way. But you don't want to do it. You want to deal with the feeders and eat, and you say that you want to change your life. You don't. You're just trying to manipulate Sala so you won't have to go back home. You don't want to change your life. And when I say change your life, you don't want to change your life for the better. You just want to hide out from all the mistakes that you've made. You want to hide out from the tax man. Man, you know what? You could have had that tax bill already taken care of. You know, if you went home tomorrow to Canada, got yourself a cheap motel room, or a roach motel for a couple days, and just started giving out the tea, the real tea, you might have a couple of months of great money coming in, Chantel. Sala, same with you. If you left Chantel tonight and got you a cheap motel somewhere, and you're hiding and just spilt the tea, you would make a shitload of money. Because we know that's what you both want. Don't want to change your life. You just want the money. You know, Foodie, Chantel, you say that you want love. You want real love. But if you truly wanted real love, you would change your life. Make yourself better. Put in that work. You know, get a psychiatrist that you enjoy and put in that work. You would find a man that loved you. Your life would change. You know, real love is great. Real love is great. Not that $9,000 shit. That $9,000 love that you have to pay out, that's a bunch of shit. It's not even worth it. But real love, it's pretty damn good. Like I said, I've been married 23 years to the same man, to the father of my kids. And you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, I'm a bitch sometimes. But aren't we all? But you're at the point that people see you as not being worth it. And that's sad. You deserve to have a happy life, just like the rest of us do. Chantel, my challenge for you is start walking outside, just like I did. Look at my community page. See what I've done. Walk outside. Touch grass. If you're not going to do that, take your filters off and go live or do videos for a month without your filters. You need to know what you look like. And if you're not going to do that, my last and final challenge is go back to Canada. Go back to Canada. Get the help that you need. Inpatient, mental health, and physical health. You deserve happiness just like the rest of us. See, I met your challenge. I walked more than 10 minutes. I walked 41. It's your time to do a challenge, to do what you need to do in your life. Buck it up. Pull up your panties and do what's right. Change your life. Stop bitching. Stop bitching and do what's right. Go home, get that help, and become happy. Just stop. Living in Kuwait's a joke. You're not happy, he's not happy. I met your challenge. Let's see you meet somebody's challenge. Bye, Chantel.